Hey everyone, today is day 7, the last day of the first week. This is Natalie Pace. Your mantra today is create. Now, all the things that we've been talking about up till now have been to take our power back, right? That we can be a loving person, that we can breathe deeply and feel more in control, even if we get frustrated or annoyed, that we can be grateful and start seeing things that we can be grateful for rather than seeing things that annoy the heck out of us, right? Uh, Muhammad Yunus created Grameen Bank, this micro lending bank that kind of shifted micro lending for the world. And he always is fond of saying, when you see a problem, create a solution. So it doesn't mean that you should have blinders and say, oh, everything's great. We're not asking any of us to be Pollyannas. What we're saying is we're a creator of our world. And when we take ownership of our own lives, then we are in a position to start taking more ownership of our communities, of making strong, solid, and positive partnerships with our sacred beloved, with our families, and with our, maybe our school, we can even impact. There are people out there that help put gardens in schools. Alice Waters, very famous chef, started the edible schoolyard and put in a public school that was underserved in Berkeley, helped to create a beautiful outdoor learning garden where the kids get to play and learn outdoors, science, all kinds of wonderful things, math, it's language arts. All of this can be done through outdoor learning gardens and better nutritious meals. In fact, when I went on a tour of it, they had a 12-year-old middle school girl giving me the tour. I asked her what her favorite thing to cook and eat was, and she said kale pesto. This is a lot different than if you were in a school where they were serving Lunchables. So again, I want us to start thinking of ourselves as the creator. So today's mantra, create. How's that going to shift every choice we make, right? Well, part of it is, what am I creating by thinking this thought? What am I creating by doing this thing I'm doing right now? What would I like to be creating? What would I like to be doing that I'm not doing right now? Now, we do have another visioning exercise. I call it the financial freedom game that will help us with that. But just today, realize that every choice we make is creating something. If we make the choice that somebody else is going to protect our wealth for us, manage our money for us, and they lose it, we created that situation, right? So it's important for us to take ownership and to understand that we're in charge and that we have to be the boss and that we have to understand things well enough to make sure that things are situated right. That's where the magic lies, right? When we can start taking control, taking the power, steering our own destination, having a vision in mind of where we're headed, right? What it is that we are creating. So I would say that part of the magic of today is to still embrace all those things that we talked about the prior 6 days, but also now to understand the value of why we are thinking new mantras instead of swirling in worry, fear, uncertainty, doubt, anger, annoyance. Those can be powerful. I've, been fortunate enough to be in close contact with Nobel Peace Prize winners. And I remember very vividly that there were two women. One of them was the one that won a Nobel Prize for creating peace in Ireland, after the IRA bombings and stuff. And another one had won a Nobel Prize for her work to remove landmines, especially where children were present. And the one that had done the landmines, she said, anger is a very valuable tool. She said, I was so angry. And same thing, the mother who started the peace movement in Ireland, she was angry because children were getting killed in the crossfire. The woman who helped to ban the landmines, she was angry because children were getting blown up, in fields that used to be war zones that were now playing fields for them. So she said, righteous anger can, she said, that's what fueled me to want to create the solutions. Now, it's okay. I mean, things annoy us, things make us angry, right? What does the creator do? They take that moment and say, how can I fix this? Instead of, I hate this, I hate that person. Why the heck are they doing this? Why the heck are they doing that? Right? It's more, what can I do to fix this? And that's how the switch happens, where we move from being somebody that life happens to somebody who creates their own destiny. And that's the goal of this, right? 21 days to a healthier, wealthier, more beautiful you. Not that somebody else is going to come in with a magic wand. That's probably, again, if it sounds too good to be too good to be true, it probably is. It's cumulative, right? Like a change doesn't happen overnight. And thank goodness, because we don't change overnight, right? So if we had a magic wand and we went from the frog to the prince, you would still have frog habits. So the journey of enlightenment, the journey out of basic needs, fear, uncertainty, doubt, annoyance, anger, resentment, the journey out of that, stop drinking the poison and expecting other people to die, but instead looking at the problems and being powerful, owning your power, owning your ability to use wisdom, right action, gratitude, forgiveness, gift you give yourself, breathing, all of this, love, and a guru that's worthy of listening to, that does know the path to enlightenment or the path to financial freedom or the path to greater health, right? Greater health, eat right and exercise, greater financial freedom, stop making everybody else rich, keep the money in the family, and learn the life math that we all should have received in high school. So there are time-proven solutions in all of these things that we desire. Budgeting, that's something where we need to look at the big ticket items. Again, talk about it a lot in the ABCs of money. There's an entire section on reducing debt on the Thrive budget. I also talk about it in greater detail in the gratitude game, when every single day, not only the mantra, but you have to do an action as well. Okay, so I will see you again tomorrow and we'll start week 2. Week 2 is where we really start to feel in the skin of these new mantras, where it starts to become more of who we are. Yeah, this week was tossing out the bad habits and starting to learn new habits. Next week, it's going to start really embracing and drinking in these new habits. So I will see you again tomorrow. Have a lovely day all day long. Remember, you are creating. What is it that you are creating with this thought, with this action? And do you have a little bit of vision? Where are you headed? Okay, see you tomorrow.